What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Goods, and it is week 16. The Fantasy Football Championships have arrived.
The end is near.
For most of you, but not for us too, because we're rivals this week. And we're going to break down our teams and see who you think has the better team and who you think is going to win our championship for the Prestige Hammer. So stay tuned right after this intro. Alright guys, so we're going to break it down to you. We're going to show you our matchup right here. Let's break it down. Boom. So this is our championship matchup going into week 16. So you got Judy's Dream Pie on the left and Need More Points on the right. Need More Points is Adam. Judy's Dream Pie is me. And there's a reason why, it's Judy Dream Pie. But that's a different story. I drafted Jerry Judy, but I had to chain him away to this guy.
We had a nice little trade, and that's why he's sitting here facing me this week.
That's right. So we're just going to break it down to you guys. And what are we looking at when it comes to our championship round? So I'll start first. And if you look at my roster, you see that Julio Jones is there. He's in my starting lineup right now, and he's still questionable with this freaking hamstring. The guy has had this injury since week 2. And it is the most aggravating freaking situation when you're a fantasy player. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? If he does play, is he going to be 100? Or is just Fugazi? I had this conversation before with Julio. He was on my Fugazi list, and he has not disappointed on that list. But he says he intends to play. He intends to play sometime during this season, whether it's this week or could be the last week. But they're out of playoff contention, so I don't know why they would play him. So this could be a fool for everybody. Oh yeah, he's going to play, and then sits on the sideline for a whole fucking 4 quarters and disappoints everybody. Now, I don't know where I'm going to go with this. If he is a starter, should I start him? It's Julio freaking Jones. He's wide receiver 1. You know what he's capable of, but
I think if they end up benching him, you should start him.
If they wind up benching him, I should start him. Maybe for your freaking case.
Just some fantasy goods advice to another player.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, right. But yeah, and I'm actually contemplating on not even starting Julio Jones if he does play, because he could re-aggravate that injury. They shot up some steroids in his hamstring to make it go fast, make the process of the healing go faster. But I don't know what it is. It could be fucking horse tranquilizer for all I fucking know. But what I'm looking at in this matchup is if Julio is not safe, which I don't feel he's safe, but if he's going to play, will you play him? I just don't feel comfortable with Julio Jones in my lineup, even though he's in my lineup right now. But I don't know. There's so many question marks. But if Julio Jones does not play, I still have Leonard Fournette, because Rojo is out. He's out with COVID and a broken finger. Because of that, Leonard Fournette stepped up. He didn't really step it up. He faced Atlanta, which was the 25th hardest run defense in the league. As of right now, he had 14 rushes for 49 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 5 targets for 3 receptions and 16 yards. But week 16 for the championship, he's going against Detroit Lions, which is the best matchup for running backs. If Julio does play, should I put Leonard Fournette in? What do you think? I'm just curious. In your mind, if this was your team, what would you do?
I would bench Julio, and I'd start Leonard Fournette.
You would?
Yeah. That would be my move.
Okay. Yeah, I you know what it is about that is...
I just... Julio hasn't been like the Julio we've known in past seasons.
No, Julio has been putting up points. It's just he's always injured. And they're fugaziing us. He was supposed to play 1 week, and then they sat him for fucking 4 quarters. And it's a toss-up with them, which I don't even think they're going to start him to begin with, because they're out of playoff contention.
Not to mention, Ridley's filling those shoes rather well.
And Russell Gage is stepping up.
Russell Gage as well.
Freaking stepping up. Oh my God. But and another player that I'm questionable on is Robbie Anderson, and this is big for me. He claimed his first 1,000-yard season. His first 1,000-yard season he got this week. You know, he did against the Packers, but he did dick against the Packers. He only caught 2 out of 5 passes for 21 yards. But he got his 1,000 yards. And now he faces the Washington football team, who is ranked 30th against wide receivers. And it's going to be a tough matchup for Robbie Anderson. So I'm in this pickle right now where it's Julio, Leonard Fournette, Robbie Anderson. I had Raheem Mostert, but now he's on IR. I still have Jeff Wilson. We'll see what happens, man. Let's talk about your team real quick. Because speaking of Robbie Anderson, you also have DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel.
All right, so I'm starting DJ Moore. This guy's hot. You got to take him into the championship. He's getting a lot of those targets from him. Between him and Robbie Anderson, to be honest, for the targets. Samuel's been going down with them. That's why I'm not even starting. For the longest time, I had both these guys starting.
Dude, and it was working for you. You won. You won leagues
because
of...
past 9 games.
Yeah. Dude, this guy has been on a hot streak.
But he had a rough week week 15. He got like 8 points or something like that.
Packers shut him down.
Barely even targeted. Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore got all the points, and that's where it's going to keep going to.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson didn't get dick on it. We don't know what you're talking about. He put up 4 points for me.
But he's going to get those targets, though, more so than Samuel.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that.
And I know they're going up against Washington, which is not a good matchup for wide receivers to begin with. So I don't want to start 2 people going against that kind of defense.
So instead of Curtis Samuel, because I know you're not going to bench DJ Moore, who are you looking at?
I am putting in Kiki QT on the Texans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's he facing again?
They're facing Cincinnati.
Okay.
So I got an awesome matchup with that. I got this guy at the flex, so he's not even one of my top wide receivers either. In his last 5 weeks, he's had 3 touchdowns. Since he allows about 20 points average, that's a good chance for him to get another touchdown. He's high probability for that. He seems to be the second target in Houston. I got faith in that he's going to get me some nice numbers this week.
I mean,
I feel like you should sweat him a little bit. I feel like that's going to be a nice slip-in right there.
You know what? Moments. But now that defenses are starting to recognize him because of the injuries that the Texans are having, you know, could he show up?
I think he will.
All right.
They're going to be facing a Cincinnati team that just beat the fucking Steelers.
Shut them down.
And that was their Super Bowl. They're done. They don't need to do anything else. They're not gonna utilize all their studs and everything like that. Second stringers, third stringers are gonna go in for that game. What is it to them?
That's what it was when they faced the Steelers, second and third strings. Though.
No, you had like Gio going and shit like that. So they're not gonna do well this week.
I don't know. We'll see.
They're not gonna put their all into it.
We'll see, man.
They wanted that win against the Steelers. That was their game. This is their last game. They're gonna be like, yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about your tight end. This guy that has been a monster of a waiver wire pick, Logan fucking Thomas.
I love this guy. I hate the fact that he's on the Washington football team because I don't like rooting and watching those games, period. But this man is something else. So Thomas has been seeing a majority of this team's targets. Well, it's Alex Smith, Haskins, or even Kyle Allen in case Haskins doesn't play. He got caught in the strip club without a mask breaking protocol again.
Bro,
he might not even play. So it could either be Alex Smith coming back from the calf injury, hopefully, or Kyle Allen, which we've seen a little bit of this season. But all right, so and every target this man gets, he turns into a catch. Like on average, you throw him 9 targets, he's going to catch 8 of them. It's amazing. He turns everything into it. Last week, 15 targets over 100 yards. Got 23 points for that. I couldn't be happy with this tight end. This man just keeps putting him up, and he doesn't even need those touchdowns.
Bro, I just can't believe Dwayne Haskins, though. He's about to get suspended.
For the second time he got busted doing this shit.
There's a picture of him getting fucking booty shaked in a strip club with no mask on. I mean, regardless, no mask. I mean, I would wear a mask if I was in a strip club regardless. Look at the booty. You don't know where that booty's been and shit. Like, I don't know. Grinding on people, COVID-19 and shit. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a strip club kind of guy. I'm married, but but anyway. Yeah. Anyway.
Someone else I want to talk about, my man Cole Beasley.
Oh my God.
He has been a fantasy gem for me this whole season. He has not been benched once. He's been in the lineup since week 1. This week he's going against New England. Not a good matchup for him.
Especially with Stephon Diggs questionable.
But he also does rather well against tough matchups. He pulls in those touchdowns. He can even throw touchdowns, apparently. Only 4 games this season gave under 11 points. So it's like guaranteed 10 points in my opinion. Plus whatever. He's on fire. So I expect more.
He is on fire, I'm not going to lie.
Last time they faced New England, he didn't do well either. He only got like 4 points. But I'm he's been on a roll. I feel like it's not like that fire's not going to go out just because he's facing New England again, and it wasn't a good day the first time.
And me and you are both Cowboys fans. We know exactly what the hell he's capable of. Yeah. We've had him on the Cowboys, and I had his jersey, man. I love Cole Beasley. He was my man. When I saw him go, I was devastated, but I'm so happy to see him shine like a freaking superstar out there. A solid wide receiver 2. Possibly wide receiver low end 1. You know, he's just been unstoppable. He's getting the targets, and Allen's been balling out.
I'm liking Buffalo this season. They just look great.
I could see Buffalo going to the freaking championship. I could see Buffalo.
They were talking about Super Bowl and shit like that after the win.
Yeah,
I know.
Super Bowl, maybe Kansas City Chiefs, but you never know. Anything can happen in football any given Sunday, and with this team and what they're doing, they could pull an upset against those Chiefs. You know, you never know. You just never know in football, man. Another thing that we just want to talk about is with everything ending at the end of the year, because this is going to be our last episode we're doing for this year, but we're going to keep you updated with the NFL draft, who's getting traded, who's getting released, you know, and then obviously coming the spring and summertime, we're going to give you updated on who to draft for next year. And speaking of that, I'm just curious, who do you think is going to be top 3 picks next year in fantasy football? As of right now, who can you see going 1, 2, and 3? No particular order.
No particular order?
No particular order.
All right, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Davonte Adams.
Davonte Adams, huh? Wow. Yeah, no, I agree. Christian McCaffrey, you know, he got
be back.
hurt.
He'll be healthy.
But he's going to be back. He's going to be healthy, yeah, and I think he's going to do his thing. So definitely a top 3 pick. I'm definitely putting Derrick Henry in there.
Absolutely. That was an
He's just a monster. A freaking monster. I have him on my team, and I've been loving every second of it, besides 1 week. But I got by on that week, so I was very happy. But still, he's just a monster. And Davonte Adams, this is the thing with Davonte Adams. I feel like running backs are going to be more, like, you got to go for running backs. So I'm going to throw in either Dalvin Cook or I'm going to throw in Saquon Barkley.
There's always someone that snags a wide receiver in the top 3.
Yeah, like I said, you never know. But you also got Tyreek Hill here. DK Metcalf. Where the hell is he going to go? First round pick?
That's a good question.
First round pick?
Yeah, I could see him going in the first round, but not top 3.
No. I'm just saying in general, first round pick.
Yeah.
Like in a 12-man
league? Absolutely.
Yeah?
At the ass end of it?
You know what? I can definitely see that happening. Yeah, I could definitely see Julio Jones freaking dropping probably to the 3rd round, possibly even early 4th, just for the fact that all these injuries keep occurring, and why would I want to deal with it? It's such a waste of a pick. I'll let someone else make that mistake.
Josh can make that mistake again.
I made that mistake this year. He fell to me in the 2nd round, late of the 2nd round, and if Julio Jones is there, you gotta take him. Yeah. And of course, backfired. But I got Davonte Adams with a trade, thanks to this guy. But he also got the David Montgomery out of it, which David Montgomery has been nothing but solid for him
the whole time.
And this whole last part of the year, he's just been blowing up. No one seems to freaking stop him. You know, David Montgomery is definitely going to be one of those guys next year. I forgot. I drafted David Montgomery, I think, in the 6th or 7th round. He's going to be at least in the 3rd round, 2nd round, possibly.
Easy.
You know, I could definitely see. You know, you gotta see the draft. Who's getting drafted? Where people are getting drafted at, and then the trades. You know, the releases and everything like that. So there's a lot of consideration when it comes to fantasy football. But let us know what you think. Who do you think is going to win our Fantasy Good Hammer League. Is it going to be Benny Boo Bots, the one who's been here since day one, giving you the advice, and back-to-back champion, possibly third? Or is it going to be Mr. Adam Dobies?
I'm going to reclaim my title.
He already won it once. He can win it twice. And this is not the first time me and him have been in a championship before. And we knew that outcome with this. But you already saw the lineups. You already saw what's going on. What do you think we should do with our lineups? Who would you put in? And who do you think is going to win? Let's see. We're going to see this Prestige Trophy at the end of the year. And I'm going to raise it up high. Or either he's going to raise it up high. And regardless, I'm just happy. I'm sharing it with one of my freaking Fantasy Good buddies. Because I tell you right now, this league is so competitive. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to Tim. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Bray. Everybody else. You know, just you guys did a fantastic job with the Big Bunny Leagues. And I couldn't be happier getting into the championship. But, guys, as our last episode for this year, we are the Fantasy Goods, and we got the goods.